Welcome to the Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage, where rude mechanicals do magic. Hello, I'm Bronze Age, Director of the Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage. And today at Chair Hospital, we're featuring an Italian-style cabriole chair. The cabriole style first appeared around 1750 over in Europe, and it's best known for these graceful curving legs and the foot that points down. The name cabriole comes from a ballet step where the dancer raises one leg up in the air, hops, touches feet together, and comes back down without falling over. Now, that sounds difficult enough by itself, but raise one leg and see how high you can get that other foot off the floor. So we have a chair that is supposed to bring the grace of a ballerina to your home furnishings. It's made in Italy, and they want you to know that because this is stamped on the chair in no less than 8 places. Even with all the curves, the chair construction is fairly conventional. The back leg is one piece all the way up to here. All the corners are mortise and tenon joints. We've got corner braces, each one holding them together. The upholstery would be wide straps across the bottom and actual steel springs, and then a big huge cushion made of cotton or horsehair or whatever they had back in those days, and then covered with upholstery. The back was originally a cane, and kind of an unusual kind of cane because there's no holes in the back. So this cane would have been pushed down in here and then punched in with a peg to hold it in place. I don't think that's what's going back in it, but who knows. The reason it's here today is because several of these mortise and tenon joints have come loose and we have a wobbly chair. The corner braces are the only thing holding it together right now. So if I can work them out, we can see how much has come loose and how much we've got to do to put it back together. All these corner blocks are held in with nails, which is kind of a pain to remove, but when they're held in with screws, usually half the screws break off. Now we can see which of these joints are actually loose and separated, and which ones are just kind of wobbly. So fortunately, these two in the middle seem to be fairly strong because there's no way to get them out without taking the back apart, and that is something I want to avoid at all costs. What I call a little short stubby tenon, it's actually a broken tenon, which is kind of unusual, but you can see that the grain going across like that, when that corner block got loose and it twisted this way, it just snapped it off. And I have to think about that for a little bit, but I definitely don't want to be cutting this out and trying to install a new tenon. That's way beyond the scope of this job and basically the cost of the repair. That would almost quadruple it. So I'm going to come up with a different solution that should be just as strong. Now I have a couple things going in my favor on this job. The first is this chair was assembled with hide glue, and that's a glue made from animal byproducts. It's a very good glue, especially when it's fresh, but it deteriorates with age, which is why all these joints came along well so easy. The second thing is nobody has ever worked on this chair before I got here. Because what people like to do is go and put it back together with the regular PVA white glue and that never comes apart. If you want to try and repair a chair where joints come loose and somebody already fixed the other corner with the white glue, it's just a big mess. So I'm happy with this and the way it's looking right now. I'm going to put this all together for my dry fit, because the dry fit is the most important part of any job. That's when you find out whether or not it's going to work, because you simply can't do anything about it when you've got glue all over everything and you discover it doesn't fit, or you pull the wrong clamp or something like that. So now what I'm going to do, take this all back apart, put glue on all the joints, and I'm going to put a big strap around it, get it nice and tight, and in the morning we'll go back to work on this chair. This is what hide glue looks like. It used to be sold in dried up flakes that you had to cook up in a pot, but now they figured out a way to provide it ready-made liquid, ready to use. The clamp for this job is actually this orange ratchet strap, which is not actually tight yet, because what I do, I set it on the floor where I know it's fairly flat, and then I put some weights on it. That's 10, 5, another 5, that's 20, another 5, and another 10. Now I tighten it down. And I know that when the glue sets and all the joints are tight, the chair's not going to rock. Well, I'm happy with the way this came out. Now we have to reinstall all the corner braces, which is going to be the real secret of the strength of this chair, and it'll be ready to go. I hope it shows up on camera. There are pencil marks left behind by the Italian chair maker, who originally was working in some shop in Italy, cutting out chair legs and chair pieces all day long. Now I have pre-drilled the holes here. And that will make life much easier. And then I have all these screws to fasten down. Fact is, these screws are kind of superfluous. What they actually are is clamps that are going to be left in position after the glue dries. One of the problems of working in old furniture like this with the mortise and tenon joints is sometimes they would drive a nail through the tenon, and that was their permanent clamp. And that makes taking something like this chair or a dresser or something like that apart to repair it a lot more work, because you end up having to break the tenon to get it apart so that you can reapply all the glue. In this case, they all came apart nice and easy. Now when I get the rest of the blocks glued up and screwed down, this job will be ready to go. Well, this is Bronze Age for the Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage, and I thank you for sitting through this video about the Italian chair. It is ready to go to the upholsterers, and I think it'll be a nice chair for probably the next 70, 80 years, however old this chair is right now. And again, appreciate if you would hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already. Any comments or questions are welcome. I answer everything, respond to everything, because frankly, I don't get that many, so it's really not that big a deal. And again, thank you for watching.